probably gonna have to stand up here in a
You're
second.
done.
So what I like to do is I went over this with the finishing pad. I don't know if you have that over there. One of these, and all I did was just make sure it's nice and smooth for a new application of, you know, paint, whatever. All right, so you can use paint to do this also. Donna and I have done that. It does, I will say it does work better with something like this though.
Yeah, more watered down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually you could water down your paint a little bit and make it just like that voodoo gel stain.
Yeah.
You just want the whatever product you're using to be able to move, to glide.
So I'm going to, and it does dry pretty quick, so you definitely want to, well, some parts of it dry quick. I won't say all of them. The thicker parts won't, but you can always add more as you go along. I'm just trying to get this spread out. That way, when I start dragging across, I can just keep going. Maybe if you're doing like a really big piece, like a tabletop or something, you'll want to work in sections.
Absolutely.
So.
You're so handsome. Yes, you are, my sweet boy.
Here. Donna has wood grained a lot, actually. You have a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more than I have.
Yeah, quite a few. I think I started wood graining before it got popular.
It's just nice because you can do like a different look. You guys know that I always like to have a stained top.
Yeah.
And it just can't always work out that way.
Right.
So, and that's when I kind of come in with my wood graining tool so I can make up for that.
Right.
Because not all tops are reworkable.
Yeah, they're not always salvageable. And they're not always real wood.
Yeah.
So you can make them look like real wood if they're not.
All right, so I've got the bigger of the two that this pack came with, and you can switch them out. I like the bigger, which you can alternate them.
Oh, absolutely.
If you wanted
that
to.
Makes it look sometimes more real when you alternate.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead. And you just don't press down too hard. And it might take me, there we go. I think you can be too perfect with this also. In my opinion. Because if I have a bunch of straight looking lines and everything is just too perfect, then it really looks.
Yeah, no wood obviously in the real world is perfect.
See right there, I'm kind of, maybe if I
you
go
from the other end, sure.
I think it's like bowed up here in the front.
Yeah.
So it looks very fake to me.
As far as
like
you don't like it?
Yeah, like I see
want
these
longer?
lines. I see these lines.
Yeah. Then swipe it and go again.
Well, like I could go down kind of like
Pull.
the middle-ish of it, maybe.
Don't rock so much.
There.
There you go. Because sometimes when you rock and you pull up, you'll get those lines.
Yeah.
So the softer you are with your tool, the less you'll get those lines. You kind of have to be fluid with it.
All right, so.
And it'll look really harsh when you're doing it, but it'll dry softer when you're using a dark color like this on with a dark color underneath. It's not going to dry as harsh as it looks when you're doing it. It'll dry softer.
I have that comb too, I think. Maybe that would work. Yeah, let me grab that real quick. That way. It's this little. Anyway, all right, well, if I find it. So what do y'all think about that? Now, it's wet like paint, so you're going to want to leave it. I actually had, I had done this over, I have the black gel stain also, and I had a small tabletop painted black, and I actually went over that with the black gel stain and did the wood graining tool, but it I don't know, if I felt like it didn't stand like this one does, and so I ended up wiping it back. So I need to go back, I need to try that again. I don't know if I was just, I don't know. Oh, it dried really fast. So it could have been my temperature. That
Robin says she loves it.
Thank you, Robin. It could have been the temperature that I had in the garage. May have been just too cold, and it will dry up. So if you are in a colder environment, I would recommend going a little bit heavier on your stain, like putting more on it. That way when it dries up, it won't dissipate, because that's what was happening with that black. Yeah. So cool. Any other questions? I'm gonna round this out with that gold again. Where'd it go? Oh, Donna.
Put it back.
Donna doing things.
I'll bring it out, and then you didn't want it.
Yep, so I'll go back.
Here you go.
I rarely do furniture like this. This is what I used for the gold. This is what I used for the top. Okay. I used a transfer on the front of these, if y'all are curious. Oops. I actually used 2 transfers. And as you can see, they are not matchy-matchy.
want that.
I'm improvising in some ways and being, artsy fartsy in some ways, I suppose. Which is more, which is normal. So, and I don't have to be so perfect. All right. So I have these big pink ones are a different transfer. I did do those on a video a while back. And the rest of it is Royal Burgundy, this one. I had somebody ask if y'all can buy transfers from me. Yes, you can. Just let me know what you want is going to be the best bet. I don't have everything on my website or on my Etsy shop page. I just haven't had time to enter everything. And it's better to just ask me for it. I have some in the shop. I have distributor and redesign that I can check stock with also. So in some way, shape, form, or fashion, if it's available, we'll get it to you. The color on this is a custom mix color. It's one of my favorite colors that I like to mix up. What else? Oh, I did 2 different molds on the middle drawers. So I'm going to show you all these.
She did escutcheons.
Oh yeah, Donna says the right name. So here. And Sunny. There's our Sunny bunny. What you doing? Come here. You go say hi. Okay, say hi.
Those molds too, right?
Yes, I can get those molds. I don't have any of those listed. I'm so sorry. But please let me know if you want some because they are so much fun. And I've been using them a lot lately. Okay, I was going to show you all the other one.
That's Sunny.
Right here is the other one. And these are glued on. This one is actually acrylic. I poured this one. And this one is molding clay. The redesigned molding clay.
Cool.
Yeah, I did that one yesterday. And applied it last night. I actually apply it when it's wet or not dried out yet.
So you're able to move it?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I think that, oh, really quick, before I forget, I want to tell y'all a really awesome tip, that if your transfers, the freezer,
Oh, yeah.
if your transfers are sticking together, and by that, let me show you if I can get a piece out of here. Okay, well, if your transfer is sticking to the wrong side when you open it and you just feel like something's wrong, it must have somehow attached to the opposite, the wax paper. If it's on the wax paper and not the clear sheet, that's wrong. However, it does happen, but we have solved.
We have a hack.
Yeah, there's a hack. Donna saw on one of the group pages that if you put it in the freezer for like 15 minutes or so, possibly longer. I've got mine in there overnight now. They're frozen as you know what. But they go back to the other side.
They all reattach
Make sure,
back to the clear
make sure
side.
you roll it up tight. That way it knows where to go. So
Yep.
huge hack. I had it happen to me the other day. I thought I was a goner. I thought
about to throw 'em
I
away
was
and
like,
said,
what?
"Oh, no, throw 'em in the freezer."
And it just so happened she saw that post And she was like, well, did you try to put it in the freezer? And I was like, well, no. That just sounds stupid.
She thinks I'm crazy half the time, which half the time I am, but every now and again a half works.
It worked, you guys. It really worked. I called her back and I was like,
oh my gosh.
You know, a $30-something transfer, you know,
Yep.
or $40, $50 one. My gosh, down the drain.
So if your transfer's on, not on the clear side and on the white side, which it's not supposed to be, stick it in the freezer.
Yep. So that's our transfer hack that we learned from somebody else.
Yep.
No, we did not invent the transfer hack.
So we're just sharing the love.
Sharing the love, helping customers. Thank you so much. The other thing that I will say about the molding clay for creating the things on your things. I watched a YouTube video of somebody, and they said to really work that clay. Pretend it's Play-Doh for a little while. Yep. Roll it. Yeah, make it real. It's not going to get really Play-Doh-y at all. It's really hard to do that, actually. But I was smushing it on our countertop and just, you know, working it in. And so whenever I put it in that mold, I really pushed it in and scraped off with my finger the remainder of it. I didn't let it, like, fall over too much. I just put it in there as perfect as I could. But I really smushed it in those, because there's so much detail in those molds. And I worked that clay a lot more this time. And I had very minimal crack.
Okay.
So I think I'll work it even a little bit more, which really wasn't that much. But work it a little bit more, and I think that's the trick.
That's the hack. Okay.
But I took it out of the mold once I could, like, roll it out and kind of move it. But I wanted it still to be flexible, because if you're putting it on a rounded piece of furniture, you need it to bend. So I super glued it on there, and I did that the last time with the bottles. So yeah, we're learning, and you know, I'm pretty new to redesign, but it's fun, and I love working with all of it and trying new things. So as we learn all of our information, we'll be able to help you guys. So, but it's really, you know, just a bunch of hacks to crafting, basically. So if y'all have any questions, thank y'all for coming on. Y'all be able to replay this video of the wood graining. We already did it. But once I turn off here, y'all be able to go back and watch it. So, thank y'all.
Have a great week.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.